Two Navajo Nation members face charges for illicit marijuana grows. Navajo Nation law enforcement has charged two tribal members with illegally growing marijuana on tribal lands in New Mexico. Prosecutors announced the charges January 4th against Dene Benally and Farley Blue Eyes, alleging they operated a massive grow near Shiprock, according to the Navajo Hopi Observer. The men are expected to be arraigned in late January, the newspaper reported, and meanwhile, New Mexico cannabis regulations revoked the license of a marijuana facility operator linked to Benally. The license of Native American Agricultural Development Co., NAADC, located in Torrance County, was revoked for 8 alleged violations, including growing too many plants, failure to comply to security and chain of custody procedures, and poor pest and refuse management. The NAADC's operation in another part of New Mexico was raided in 2000. That facility shuttered after the Navajo Department of Justice sued Benally. And separately, Chinese immigrant workers also sued Benally, alleging they were required to do illegal work trimming flower on the Navajo Nation. Benally had previously been charged for interference with judicial proceedings as well, the Navajo Hopi Observer reported, but those charges were dismissed in December as those cases were set to go to trial. A lawyer who has represented Benally told the news outlet that, well, you guys, this is the first time I hear of anybody getting wrapped up for illegal cultivation on a reservation. What do you guys think about this?
Let them do what they do.
Leave them alone.
Leave them alone?
Leave them alone. I mean,
leave them alone.
I don't you gotta leave them alone. I mean, damn.
You've done enough to these folks already. Leave them alone.
Yeah, you gotta leave them alone.
They'll make some money. Stupid.
Yep. That's it.
This is an interesting one because on the one hand, we're talking about sovereign nations, and on the other hand, there's really not a sovereign.
It sounds to me like the tribal police are the one that's prosecuting this, and not like the tribal council, not outside jurisdictions.
That's what I mean. Leave them alone. Let them do their thing. Let them do their thing.
Yeah, just leave them alone.
Oh, they had a license plate that wasn't properly attached, and they had a little weed in their truck. So, oh man, I smell weed. I smell weed. I'm up your ass. Mm-hmm. It's just stop it.
They were moving 3 hoofs above the speed limit in town.
3 hoofs.
They had to pull them over. Smelled marijuana in the air. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I said, that ain't our business. Let them handle their business the way they handle their business.
And what were you gonna say? Finish up on that, Yarrow?
Yes, my God.
Well, look, I was just gonna say that we have not solved for this issue of sovereignty when it comes to regulated cannabis crossing technically across international lines, and there's been enthusiasm for tribal grows, at least in California, going back 20 years. And we still continue to see these issues where it rubs up against the fact that if we're going to truly respect the sovereignty, we can have opinions, we can have a voice, but ultimately what happens on reservations should be solely between tribal members and their tribal police. That's not how it totally plays out all the time, but we still haven't solved for how do you take cannabis from a sovereign nation and bring it into the United States. And so, what comes up for me is the tribal dispensaries where people are going there and buying it. But the moment they leave those reservations, they're quote unquote an international drug smuggler. So I think we do need to be very mindful of the fact that people who live on reservations aren't on reservations because they had the greatest experience with our colonialization process, and providing economic opportunity for these tribes should be something that all Americans think about as part of our personal mandate. I think until we have some federal reform, we're going to continue to see issues in respects to tribal grows, tribal sovereignty, and their attempts to monetize cannabis.